So this winter, since I have switched to the maggots, it's been pretty consistent from the off. I've caught fish. From the first trip I used maggots, I caught fish from instantly. The first trip I actually did use the maggots this winter, I had a 40-pound common, one that I really wanted to catch, hadn't been out for quite a while. Real nice common, 43-pound. And then every trip I've done, I've only been doing like one night, overnighters, or even days. I just keep doing the days at the minute because it's all just day bites. I have gone to my other syndicate a couple of times now during the night and then popping back here in the day just to fish because I want to make the most of my time. So if they're not coming out here in the night, there's no point me being here. But I don't want to stay at home because I've got permission from the missus, so I might as well go out and fish somewhere else because the syndicate's only half an hour away, so I've just been popping back here. And then every trip I've done since, I have caught fish. I've had a couple of 30s. Between Christmas and New Year, I had another 40-pound common. It's quite funny, to be fair, because I was actually moaning to one of the other members that I can't catch the 40-pound commons. And I think it was about 2 weeks after I said it, I actually caught the first 40-pound common. And then I think I had 3 fish since, and one of them was another 40-pound common. So it's been pretty bang on, I can't complain. Hopefully it continues, but we'll see what happens. Well, the reason for choosing this lake is it's only 2 minutes from my house, so it's ideal for the winter because when I'm finishing work at 4 o'clock, I've got half an hour to an hour of time to walk around, have a look, see where the fish are. So all my fishing's at weekends, so it's all during the weekend. And if I get down on a Friday, I want to know roughly where the fish are. I don't want to sort of be getting down, like I don't want to be travelling miles to start off with and getting somewhere in the dark. And you can find fish in the dark, but it's a lot easier finding them in the light. You can see them, especially if it's windy, you're not going to hear them at night. So spot on when here to get it before it's dark. Plus, I can always keep tabs on it. I'm driving past it to go to the gym. I'm driving backwards and forwards past it for work. So I can just pull in, have a quick look at lunchtime, or when I finish work, get straight down there before it's dark and do a lap. So it's just a massive edge really, being able to get somewhere nice and quick and then having the advantage of knowing where they were the day before. So if I get down on a Thursday afternoon and they're down one end of the lake, I know when I get there on the Friday afternoon, they're probably still going to be there. And if they're not, I've still got a little bit of time before it's dark to go around and find them. Another thing, it's got consistent winter form. Like it's always fishes really well up until Christmas, and then it seems to sort of shut down a little bit. But this Christmas it's carried on. We're like middle of January now and they're still coming out. It's been day bites, but that's just another thing, you keeping tabs on the lake. I know from speaking to other people when I'm here and when I'm here, that everything's been coming out in the day. And because it's so close, I can get down here in the day and just fish for a day if I wanted to. I don't have to do the night. There's plenty of fish. Well, it's about 12 acres, there's 120 fish, but they're not, I wouldn't say they're rock hard. They're quite friendly. They do like a bite. And there's plenty of big ones as well. They're always up for a bit of food, and they're always on the move, to be fair. They're pretty active throughout the winter. I think there's a lot of shallow water at one end, so when the sun's about, it keeps them warm, it keeps them moving. And where it's quite busy as well at the times, I think a lot of bait goes in, which keeps them consistently moving around. They're always feeding, they're always hungry. In this lake, it's pretty much a lake of dreams, I'm not going to lie. There's about 23 over 40 pound, there's 150. And like I said before, there's only 12 acres, there's not really a lot of room for them to hide in. You're never too far from a 40 pounder, I don't think. They're all different strains as well, which is nice. None of them, they're all really old. Most of them are 20, 30, 35 years old. You've got loads of scaly ones, short ones, long ones, dark ones, pale ones. It's just a really nice place to fish with really nice fish in. During the winter, there is a fine line between sort of failure and success. If you're lazy with your angling through the winter, then you'll just struggle a lot more. Like if you stay active with it and you keep coming down and checking and seeing where they are and working out when they're active and keeping an eye on the weather, you can pretty much, when you know a lake, you can almost predict carp after a while, I find. The more you're there, the more you're going to learn about them. You'll be able to find, you can always tell when a southerly comes in. Normally, yeah, they're going to follow it, but sometimes in the winter, it doesn't make a lot of difference really, and they will end up on the back of it or they can end up anywhere. And with You'll learn from like sunny days that they might not be up the shallow end, they might still hold in the middle, when all your sort of stereotypical signs that you would normally guess and go with, if you're there and you stay active and you can find them, you learn a lot more about them.